Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to the Boombar special edition. Your Boombar goes live at 3, but because we have special friends in the building, brothers and sisters from another mother, we have to adjust our bar time to lunch time, and we're hearing that there will be some lunch or luncheon after the whole lunch time.
Abby?
Well, we'll confirm that later. So people are nodding their heads in agreement or disagreement. We'll be soon to find out. Sola Rogers reporting for duty, and of course, I'm definitely not alone.
My name is Dolupo. You know, the one and only, right here on the bar.
Yeah, that's what she said. And today, as the flyers have said it, and in case you're just joining, well, it's not too much to let you know that we have in studio with us members of the PMO. And you'll be wondering, which one is PMO again now? It's not petrol, that one is PMS. Everybody's looking for that one. But this is even much more valuable than PMS. We are on the threshold of another era in Nigeria. It's time to choose a new president, new governors in most states, and new House of Assembly senators, and basically, you know, people who should govern the country switch up for another 4 years. Yeah. You know, and we call it political season. Things are hotting up, you know, just like in football where people are joining clubs, people are being signed. Everything is happening in Nigerian politics, and we're really going round. We've already had Ajuri Ngelale here. He is of the APC. Today, we have members of the Labourparty, especially one of the major support groups for the Peter Obi candidacy. They are simply called the Peter Obi Movement. And movement is indeed a powerful word. We'll find out what all of that is about now. And we will still be joined most likely by people virtually. And if possible, the national youth leader might still be a part of this. Without further ado, I make welcome the leader and the ESCO members of the Peter Obi Movement. I'll start from the left. Is someone that I'm extremely excited to have in studio. I'm extremely excited to have her in the studio too, you know, but extremely.
I'm sure that you have seen his face a few times.
He's actually a senior member of the bar, you know, because this is the bar. And if you look behind us, if you're watching, we have instruments of the bar. He never touches those ones. You can watch. He has his water in front of him there, and that's what he does. Blesses the water, and it turns to wine, and we will drink it. But on a real-to-real, it's a pleasure to have the leader of the PMO movement. He would, by himself, being a broadcaster, also do the honors.
Okay, thank you so very much for having me here today. Of course, you know my name. Eliashib Ime James is my name. I am an ordained minister of God. I'm a broadcaster. I'm a relationship conflict resolution therapist.
A boxer.
I'm a former boxer.
They didn't know.
Most of them don't know. And by the grace of God, I am the convener and the national chairman of Peter Obi Movement, POM. And I have with me here the state woman leader for Ogun State. Her name is Ese Etukumo.
You're welcome. You're very, 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 very welcome to the bar this afternoon. Very, very interesting. The people.
You haven't introduced yourself.
Oh, my name is Ola. I said it. Yeah.
No.
Yes, I did.
No.
Yes, I did.
No, she did.
No.
Thank you.
No,
thank you very, very much.
No, she did.
I did.
I dey cut iPhone now. I want to rig the election before. I know even.
I did.
Wow. So we'll not be rig election again. Now what for now?
No.
All right, we're being joined online virtually. We have a few people who have joined the meeting. According to their contacts, we have.
Yeah, there are a few people that have joined the meeting right now. There's Hawa here. There's Mark Collins and Alaku Ayuba.
That's right.
They're on as we.
Awa is our state coordinator for FCT Abuja, our coordinator for Abuja, and Mark Collins is my media aide, my special media aide, and also a zonal coordinator in Delta State. So, so if you have the name, I'll just be calling their name. I will just be introducing them.
Yeah.
You have another name there. Which other name do you have there?
The third person here is Alaku Ayuba.
Alaku Ayuba is our coordinator for Nasarawa State.
All right. It's good to have all of them join us virtually, and of course in studio we already have done the introductions. So let us go to the beginning and ask. We all know that there are a couple of presidential candidates. There are about 19 of them. As at the last time we checked,
yes,
there were 19 of them. There are rumors of some of them pulling out of the race, but they are just rumors at the moment. So there are 19 presidential candidates, and you are supporting just one, which is the way it should be. You pick one candidate that you believe in and you support. So what is the Peter Obi Movement?
Well, Peter Obi Movement is one of the support groups. And indeed, one of the largest support groups of the Peter Obi candidacy. When Peter Obi moved from PDP to Labourparty, and a lot of people were talking about him not having structure because Labourparty, as at that time, didn't have any structure truly, and that was sincere. So a lot of us decided to start a movement,
to
a
help
structure.
The structure.
Yes, and I started the structure in Lagos. I wanted to create a structure in Lagos because I've played my politics all my life in the last 40 years, from Unity Party of Nigeria to Alliance to SDP, to Alliance for Democracy, to AC, to ACN, to APC. But my APC was always at the state level, not at the national level.
National level. I'm sorry, sir. Before you continue, Naomi has joined.
Okay, Naomi is our regional. Naomi ACN is our regional leader for South.
Oh, okay.
So she's originally from Akwa Ibom, but she controls all the South states.
Oh, that is beautiful. That is definitely beautiful. So, thank you. Continue, sir.
Yeah. So we started the movement in Lagos, and before I knew what was happening, of course, you know, I am very present on the social media. So, and I promoted it, and people started asking me to start in their state, and that's how I started creating structure online. And in just 3 or 4 days, I had created 24 states.
Wow.
And
in 3 to 4 days.
Yes.
24 states.
Yes.
Wow.
By the time we were 2-3 weeks, I had gone just from creating leadership at the state level to leadership at the local government level, and at the ward level.
Wow.
Oh, that's good.
As we speak presently, Peter Obi is structured in the 36 states of the Federation, including Abuja, and of course, Hawa Arwa, who is our coordinator in Abuja, is right there listening to us here. Okay, we're structured from the state to the polling units.
Wow. Every single polling unit.
Yes, sir.
That's very impressive, because we know that if you do not really understand the structure of political system in Nigeria, then that is you have to run into problems. But I like the fact that you, as a political person, you know how it works, so you definitely decided, okay, this is how it's supposed to be.
Terrain,
Yes, I agree with you. So there are a few questions that we just basically what we've been doing. Like he had said earlier, we had gotten the spokesperson of the APC here. And basically, what we're asking is to sell your candidate to everybody. It is not a debate here. It is not what this person has done, what that person has done. Basically, first question is, as we know that Peter Obi was the governor of Anambra State for 8 years, and we say that, okay, for you to be a president now, which is obviously on a bigger scale, the first thing you look at is that, what did this person do when he was governor? There are a few people that we can say that we know for a fact that they are all contesting that used to be governors, which I think makes it easier, because then you can go back to everybody's track record and say, okay, this is what this person did when this person was governor, or this person was vice president, or and all that. So now the question is, what exactly can we say that we can hold that is concrete, that when Peter Obi was governor in Anambra State for 8 years, what are the notable things that he did that we're looking forward to people that want to vote for him that can say, okay, these are the things that we're sure he's going to replicate?
Okay. As it presently stands, forget the shenanigans of the opposition in Anambra State. As it presently stands, the internally generated revenue for Anambra State was created, was built up, was initiated by Peter Obi as a governor. Somebody was talking the other day about asking, I think it was a Taraba State governor, who was asking Obiano how he got money to build the airport in Anambra State. And he said, it is the money that Peter Obi saved. Yes, the current governor says otherwise, but we are not here to go into debate with him. Anambra people know what exactly Peter Obi has done. When elections come, the numbers will tell us whether that governor lied or Peter Obi lied, because it's going to be a clean sweep. Having said that, before Peter Obi got to Anambra, the educational grade of Anambra students was very, very low. Of course, Peter Obi began to change that structure. The first thing he did was to return school to the missionaries. He returned the schools to the missionaries because he also thought it wise that Anambra State may not have all the money to fund all the schools, but the missionaries have money that they stored away, and so he returned the schools back to them. And he did not only return the school back to them, he gave them subventions regularly. And then he created an educational policy that made it easy for Anambra State to rank amongst the best in Nigeria today. So you see, I can go on now. The economy, of course, if we talk about the economy of the state, he created a lot of, economic, how do you put it now? He invested outside the state, and today Anambra is really reaping
from his investments.
These investments everywhere he goes. He was there in Anambra. There was violence when he came. He touched the place, and robbery and ritual killings and all that, kidnappings disappeared. I can go on and on and on. There's so much that we can talk about Peter Obi that he did in Anambra State.
All right. I don't know if Essie would like to add something to that.
Yes. In addition
I'll need you to come closer to the microphone, actually, so they can hear you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, in addition to what the chairman has said, let me lay more emphasis on education.
Yeah.
He not only brought Anambra State from almost ground zero to the topmost league, he equipped, the libraries, he brought in computers, you understand, virtually all the schools, he put computers, he made Wi-Fi accessible to the students so they could do proper research, and that's spiked up the numbers. That spiked up the numbers. Also, healthcare. In every local government, he made sure that there were health centers. So health could be accessed, to the ordinary man just within the confines of their community. That for us was a plausible feat, and we have no doubt that he will replicate same across the states in Nigeria.
All right, that's really a nice background that you've gotten from the members of the Peter Obi Movement. We have a few people who are connected virtually, and if there's anybody out there that's listening to us now, that is on the Zoom meeting, that would like to add to this, you can just let us know. You can unmute yourself, and we'll give you the floor to speak. So I think Naomi is about to say something. Hi, Naomi.
Hello.
All right. Welcome to the boombar.
Yeah, I feel so privileged to be part of this.
Yes, please. I will need you to maybe increase the volume.
You need to speak up a bit so the whole world can hear you.
Okay.
Reduce the bit.
That's the highest. Is it better?
Yeah, we'll manage
Can you
it.
hear me now?
Yes.
It's better. So where you calling from? Where you speaking from, Naomi?
I'm calling from my village, Ikot Ekpene.
Wow. How is Ikotekpene this beautiful afternoon?
Beautiful. Very, very peaceful. In fact, you need to visit here.
We would love to do that. Maybe after the elections.
Nigeria.
Oh, she says it's the center of Nigeria. We would love to come and see that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what would you like to add to this?
Peace in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so happy and privileged to be a member of the Peter Obi Movement. I got drafted into the movement by the the national coordinator, Reverend Eliashib Ime. I met him on Facebook, and I loved what he was doing.
Wow.
So I decided to contribute to the conversation on Facebook. And then he reached out to me and told me what they were doing. I was very excited. I get excited about everything that concerns Peter Obi.
Wow.
The great job he did in Anambra State is what endeared him to me, really. And one of the things that made me to become his fan was when he said that when he was the governor in Anambra State, all the senior prefects in the school had his phone number. And they would send him a message every morning about the school. If their food was good, if they had water, whatever was good, whatever was not good. I mean, and I listened to that. It was on a platform program.
Okay.
Pastor Bojo Oyemade.
Yeah.
That was when I first heard about his good work in Anambra State.
Wow.
And I followed him since then. When I heard him doing such things, I thought that was very innovative, very creative, because I've not heard any governor do that anywhere. And I started following him. Now, in Peter Obi Movement, we have a great team. We are in 36 states of the Federation. We are in all local government, like in Akwa Ibom State.
Oh, yeah.
We have a population of Peter Obi Movement of over 3,000 people here. We are in all the wards. We are in all the local government.
Oh, that's
and
good.
we are doing a great job here. Now, Labourparty has constituted the PCC.
Yeah.
And believe you me, the Peter Obi Movement constitute the bulk of the PCC.
Wow.
For instance, I am heading so many of the directorates in PCC, courtesy of Peter Obi Movement.
Wow.
A lot of our colleagues are there. And we all work together, the Labourparty, like yesterday, when the governorship candidate was unveiled, we were invited, we were there, we worked closely with them, and everything is just going wonderfully well. We are expecting Peter Obi in Akwa Ibom on the 20th, and we are all prepared to receive him. It is a great movement.
Fantastic.
Thank
And
you.
so you're in Ikot Ekpene, right?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. If there's any other person in the Zoom meeting, we would like to connect with you, to know where you are and how it's going over there also, because like we said, the idea, we're neutral on this station. We've had APC,
Yeah.
we're going to have Labour, we're going to have everybody, and let Nigerians decide, because at the end of the day, we all want a good country. And it's cheering to know that right here we have the woman leader, Ogun State. She's here with us. The chairman, the national coordinator and chairman is with us here. And we just spoke to someone in Ikotekpene who is offering to give us a Edikaikon after the elections. And we're definitely going to travel down for that. Trust me.
The person in Ikotepene is our South regional leader. As we call ourselves citizens. She's citizens Naomi Essien.
Yeah, and she also told us how the PCC has integrated the Peter Obi movement into its firmament, into its core.
Yeah.
Because for people who do not understand politics, you can be a member of any movement and still not be recognized by the party or the candidate. But this is a massive thing. What she said there shows how powerful the Peter Obi movement is. The POM is definitely integrated.
I'm sorry. I think that Anthony Ororo wants to talk.
All
It
right.
looks like
And there's
and then there's Lady
J.
Kalu as well. J.A. Kalu as well. I think that
Anthony Ororo is the treasurer, the state treasurer for Akwa Ibom State.
Fantastic.
J. Kalu is our secretary in Gombe State.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, so
we're definitely going to talk to
maybe
Anthony
if
first.
you can unmute Anthony.
Anthony,
if you
please
can hear
unmute.
us properly.
Then after Anthony, Lady J.A. Kalu, you be up next. Hello, Anthony.
Hello, Anthony. Okay.
Okay, we cannot hear from Anthony at the moment, although he raised his hand. You know. So let's move to Lady J.A. Kalu, and Anthony will still be looking forward to hearing from you. Remember also that you guys can actually leave messages in the chat box. We will read
them
your
out.
messages
so
out.
I think that Lady J.A. Kalu has unmuted. So please go ahead, ma'am.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
My name is Joyce Kalu. I reside in Gombe State.
Wow.
I am the state secretary for POM. I was invited by our national coordinator, our national chairman, Mr. James Ime. I want to say a little thing about the movement.
Yes, please.
I wouldn't base on POM, but I want to talk generally about the Peter Obi.
Please go ahead.
movement.
Oh, please go ahead, please.
The Peter Obi movement is really making wave here in Gombe State. We are really doing a good work here. Like I have told several others that have contacted me, that talking about the Northeast, Gombe State is one of the states in Northeast that are voting for Peter Obi. You know, we are past the stage of voting, being tribalistic or sentiments, religious, whatever. Now we are going for credibility. Now we want competence. Now our eyes are opened. Like I was giving someone a ride yesterday. I told him, I said, see, like here in the North, all my life I've been here in the North. And you find out that most times when a particular candidate will win election, they'll begin to fight and all of that. I told him, I said, see, the stage we are now in Nigeria, honestly, we are gone past that level.
Yeah, exactly.
Whether your candidate wins or not, nobody's going to fight. There's not going to be any crisis or whatever.
Sorry,
Nothing
please
like that.
hold on 1 second, please. Anthony has sent a message. If we can unmute him, please. We would unmute you immediately. She is done. Thank you. If you can hear us, please go ahead, ma'am.
Okay, and I was saying that we are gone past the stage of having any little crisis, unrest, or whatever, just because a particular candidate does not win. I want to say that Now we should go for the best. We should go for what is competent. Not because we are not voting for Peter Obi because he's an Igbo man, or he said, don't vote for me because I'm an Igbo man. Don't vote for me because I'm from the East. Don't vote for me because I am this and that. But vote for me because I'm a Nigerian. Vote for me because you want change. I told someone yesterday, I said, see, we are not just doing this for ourselves, but we are doing this for the sake of our children. We are doing this for the sake of our future, so that tomorrow they can be proud of us. So many neighboring African countries that are around us, before they used to look up to Nigeria as the giants, but now the reverse is the case. I believe Nigeria can bounce back. I believe we can get back to the spotlight. I believe that we can stand out again. And we need to take that decision in 2 months' time. Come February, we should, all hands should be on deck, just as it has been now. So let everyone vote for Labourparty. Peter Obi is doing well. We in the Northeast here, we are also trying our best. There are so many support groups all over the place. There are so many individuals, many people doing everything, sensitization, mobilization, door-to-door campaign, sensitizing people, voters education, etc., just to see that Peter Obi gets there. I want to appreciate our chairman too because he has really done a lot. It's not easy having POM in all the
36 states.
Well done, Sir James. The Lord bless and increase you, sir.
Thank you, my able State Secretary. God bless you.
I like the way she said Sir James. You know, he's not just a man of the cloth. He's also been knighted as Sir James. We have to watch that one, Sha.
Oh,
Oh,
so let's quickly get.
there are a few other
back
people.
to-
Hawa wants to talk. Dukuye Ufoma, but I think Anthony
had raised his hand
earlier. So
Okay,
let's
before Anthony talks, Dukuye is our state coordinator in Delta State.
Wow, fantastic!
Oh, fantastic!
It's an amazing spread. We've already spoken to someone in Akwa Ibom, and we're going to speak to another person in Akwa Ibom now. We've spoken to someone in Gombe.
Already.
You know?
So Anthony, if you can hear us, you can please unmute now, and then you can go ahead.
Hi, Anthony.
Hello, can you?
Yes,
hear me,
we can
please?
hear you.
Finally.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's my pleasure to be here and be speaking with you people. Let me first say I want to thank Pastor Eliashib for adding me to the POM group, the Peter Obi Movement. And let me say this without bias. I am an Urobo-speaking man. I didn't say Urobo man, but an Urobo-speaking man, Nigerian.
Fantastic.
And what is happening here is that I happen to be the state treasurer for the Peter Obi Movement, an Urobo-speaking man, being the state treasurer for the Peter Obi Movement in Akwa Ibom, a non-Urobo-speaking state. This, I am sure, Obi presidency is all about.
Oh, look like. Okay, quickly,
Therefore,
before you go ahead,
I want to say
Matthew
Peter Obi
Adelaja
is
is here.
detribalized.
Okay, Matthew Adelaja is
He's
our.
married to a woman from Akwa Ibom.
Sorry, Matthew Adelaja is our. Sorry, Matthew.
Anthony.
Anthony.
Matthew Adelaja is our diaspora coordinator.
problem.
So he's calling from United States of America.
Oh, at
Let's
this
take
time.
him. Let's take him. Since
No. Please continue. We're just acknowledging him. Please continue. We need to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right then. All right. Thank you very much. Now, I decided to be part of the Peter Obi presidential aspiration because I want a new Nigeria where my children and your children will see themselves as partners in progress. I want a new Nigeria where we can use our natural resources to produce things that we will sell to the rest of the world and then make Nigeria an industrial hub, make Nigeria a tourist delight. It used to be. But because of insurgency and terrorism and banditry, people can't go to the Yankari Game Reserve anymore. What about the Argungu Fishing Festival? We lost all of that glory. Even in football, we're not doing anything anymore. So my hope and aspiration is that Nigeria should bring a man One man, I don't care the language he speaks. Even if he's a Ghanaian, I don't care. But Peter Obi is our choice because he has proven his mettle. He has proven his mettle in Anambra State. I'm from Delta State. What separates Delta State from Anambra State is the River Niger. Thank God there are 2 bridges there now. Bridge number 1 and bridge number 2. So I can simply stroll from Asaba to Onitsha. And being a Deltan, I'm very conversant with Onitsha. My aunt is married to somebody from Nise, which is very close to Onitsha, which is in Anambra State. So I saw with my eyes the transformation that this young man, I'm still calling him a young man because my uncle says the big boys are 70s and above. Those 60 below, they are still boys. And I believe that if you have good health on your side. So this is what I'm saying. Let's allow this man turn things around for us. And I believe that it is the hungry man that is the angry man, because you cannot give me a gun now to go and kidnap one person. Why? With all my education, and I believe that tomorrow is good for me, it is already good for me. So why am I going to pick up a gun? It is the man who has no hope for tomorrow that will pick up a gun. And this man is a peaceful man. His soft voice is even disarming. He can disarm even the devil. He can make the devil drop his pitchfork and stop pitching people into hellfire.
Amen.
Figuratively speaking.
Yeah, of course, we get you.
I am for this man.
We get you.
I am for this man. I am for this movement.
So
I am for a new Nigeria.
So, Anthony, the way the
please.
Zoom meetings are structured, you know it times out in a few minutes, right? We're going to restart another one, and we will invite everybody all over again. But we're still going to continue. We want to ask you, you are, like you said, from Delta State, but like you said, an Irobo-speaking Nigerian, which is what we want to hear. So right now, in the state where you're located as a member of the POM, what is it like? What is the field work like? We heard what Lady J. Kalu told us about Gombe and what she's done. Our sister in Akwa Ibom has already told us what's going on in the field in Ikotekpene. So what's going on in your field at the moment? How is it going?
Yes. I will tell you that Mrs. Naomi Essien is our mother in Akwa Ibom State here. I'm in the same executive body with him. I'm in the same exco. With her. I'm in the same exco with her. We work closely together. Everything she told you is true.
Fantastic.
Now, here in Akwa Ibom State, I don't want to say everybody is pro-Obideti, but I can tell you that the majority of the people are pro-Obideti. We went to Eket for sensitization, and I can tell you, we shut the town down.
Wow.
The 2 million man march here in Uyo City, I call it a city because the beautiful network of roads, what Akwabi and the others did, you can see that I'm unbiased. Akwabi is not a Labour Party person, he's not a POM person, but the beautiful network of roads and the way they made the whole place neat, I give them credit for that. However, we have been able to reach down to the grassroots because she is, Mrs. Naomi Essien is doing whatever she's doing there in Ikotekpene. We have Mrs. Bunny Thompson, who is in Uyo here with us. She's a state woman leader. And then we have Mr. Peter Essien, Mr. Peter Enefiok, who is our state coordinator. I'm very close to him. We are both in the BCC finance committee together.
Okay.
And we are doing very well here.
All right.
The thing is, this state belongs to Peter Obi already.
Okay.
So they are only trying to look for the...
That's Akwa Ibom. That's Akwa Ibom.
Okay, so I was going to ask a question, though, maybe for everybody. This is not directly to you. And my question is, and I'm sure it's going to be on a lot of people's lips. We know that...
Forgive me, before your Zoom times out.
Yes.
Can we quickly take Matthew Adelaja from America?
Okay.
Please.
Okay.
All right. Let's quickly have Matthew.
If you can hear us, please, you can unmute your mic. Matthew Adelaja.
I think it's the iPhone. Yeah.
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 Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good afternoon here.
Good morning, everybody.
It's morning.
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm calling. I'm actually in New York here. Thank you so much. The in getting our man to be at the top, and the Lord will help us.
Amen.
I must confess to you, the attention to Peter Obi movement is very high in diaspora.
Wow.
And I believe you guys are doing a very good job. And it is your effort in Nigeria that is giving us the strength to do what we are doing here.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell you, no party will take Peter Obi away from us. Nobody. Even when Atiku was here, his presence here was a disaster because there was no attention given to him. And I'm sure the other man, Tinubu, is probably planning to come here. But with what we saw on Monday in UK, it is very clear that he has lost it. So I want you to be rest assured that our support here is unflinching and we are not going to back down.
Wow, that's very good.
Okay.
Peter Obi, I have been castigated. I have been labeled an antagonist in my village because I'm a typical Ijebu person. But notwithstanding, I've told them, and I have made it a clear standing to them that nothing will make me to change my position. It is like everybody wants us to be tribalist. Oh, that person is Yoruba for the sake of you. I told them I'm not into all that crap. Whether Peter Obi is from a Hausa or I believe in his ideologies and his strategies are okay for us. He has given us all he wants to do, and he has told us all his plans and strategies to accomplish those things. So, what else do we need? Tinubu was part of the problems in Nigeria. So if he comes back again and says he wants to be president, then we have to think deeply before we give him the mandate. So that is just my position on it. But if you rest assured, the aspirants are for Peter Obi and we will support him with everything. Yes, the money might not be coming much as expected, but there are plans to increase our funding, and the Lord will help all of us. Thank you so much, Reverend, and all the people that are in the POM, National Working Committee. You guys are doing a wonderful job.
Thank you so
and
very
the Lord
much.
will cap it all.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so
sir.
much.
Thank
God
you,
bless
thank
you.
you, thank you
Yes.
very, very, very much.
Before your time out, I know that you have a question. I have
No,
other
we'll
people.
we'll
Please go ahead.
If you have questions,
No.
if you have questions for us, I'm ready. I'm the chairman of the diaspora group.
He's the
here,
chairman of the
and,
diaspora
No, that's what I'm
if
saying.
there are
That we
questions,
might not
let
have
me
a
know.
lot of time now to.
We're just going to send you a new link.
Send you a new link, and then you would rejoin.
Okay, let's talk to Awa then. Let's talk to Awa.
All right.
Quickly before the thing goes off.
Okay, no problem.
All right, let's get our online. If you're just joining us, for those of you listening on boomradio.com.ng, we are speaking with members of the POM. The POM is simply the Peter Obi Movement. Ahead of the 2023 elections, we're asking what's going to happen, how is it going to happen, and why we all need to see that election is not about fighting or war. What is most instructive for me is our sister from Gombe, how she said she's been campaigning and telling people, regardless of how the results turn out, we're not enemies. We just want a better country. So quickly, let us take our, and no matter what happens, our just know that in a few minutes' time, we'll reconnect with everybody.
Good afternoon, sirs.
Yes,
Good
ma'am.
afternoon.
My able convener, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
And
How
our
are you?
woman leader in Abeokuta, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Hawa Arwan. I'm the FCT coordinator here in Abuja of POM. When this movement started, honestly speaking, I had my doubts. But when I started the movement in earnest and in sincerity after the Mega Million March, I knew that something that was a revolution. POM honestly has come to stay, even after the election, because Labourparty has really identified with POM because of what we are doing here in Abuja. In FCT, we have 6 area council that comprises Buari, Amak, Gwagwalada, Abaji, Kwali, and Kuje. And the largest of them is Amak and Buari, which we have about 61 wards and 102 and some are 116. That is Amak and Buhari polling units. And I can tell you tentatively, POM have covered that place.
Wow.
And POM is the only movement that has the whole local government in Abuja. Quote me.
Fully covered.
We've done so much, yes. We've done so much in Abuja that sometimes I get overwhelmed. I don't know how it happens. Like we know the slogan of Peter Obi, you know, they give shishi.
Yeah.
The truth about the matter is that we, out of our necessity, feel we should support.
Oh, the meeting has ended.
All right. For those of you who are listening, we will be reconnecting any moment from now with all our brothers and sisters across Nigeria.
If we reconnect, would they be able to connect by themselves? I have to pass it to them again.
We'll have to send.
You have to
we'll
send
have
it
to
to
send
them.
the link to them. I will send it to you.
We're sorry about that.
We're so sorry about that.
We're so sorry. But these things happen. All right. Thank you for joining us, all of you out there. We are still talking about election 2023, and we are looking at structures. We're looking at how everybody has a level playing field. For a lot of people who will watch this or listen later, they'll be wondering, these are journalists. Why they? No. A lot of people think that what they're watching out there is the right thing. I'm not going to mention any TV station or radio station. You are supposed to be neutral.
That's right.
Sure.
And in the process of asking your questions, you can still ask those questions without being antagonistic.
Exactly.
You know, you can actually have Peter Obi seated here, or Bola Tinubu, or Atiku, or Showore, or Kwankwaso, and ask them the same questions. So we're trying to also make people know that we are thoroughbred journalists. He knows that. That's why when we had a discussion, we said, please, come through. Let us sit down and create a level playing field for everybody. This is what we're trying to do. So there's no need for people to misconstrue anything. And we also believe that you will come here with the facts. You come here with your belief and your passion.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, regardless of what goes right or goes wrong, you want a better Nigeria.
That's what
right.
everybody. That's what everybody is.
That's what's important.
Talking about.
You know,
So, like,
I've always told people, for instance, that it is not that the other candidates are not good enough.
Sure.
Let's make it clear. All right? It's not that other candidates are not good enough. But what we're saying is that Peter Obi is better. And because Peter Obi is better, we need to use the best.
another candidate came up and said the other candidates are not good enough.
Yeah.
You know,
we don't.
So
We don't
it's
speak.
a
You know, it's a revisionist statement. How can you say that? How can I say that Bola Tinubu is not good to be a president? I can't say that. How can I say that Atiku is not good to be a president? I can't say that. All I am saying, and that's what those of us in the obedient movement say, is that yes, these people are good, but Peter Obi is better.
Good, cool. So, and for talking about that, the question I was going to ask you is, and I think that is what is on a lot of people's minds, is that as much as we know that now there's Peter Obi is in Labourparty and all that, we cannot forget the fact that in 2019 he was the running mate of Atiku Abubakar in PDP. Even this time, he was running for presidency under the PDP. He moved to the Labour Party a few days before. He moved to the Labour Party a few days before before their primary elections. A lot of people say he knew that he wasn't going to win, or there were a lot of speculations back and forth. Anyway, he's in the Labour Party. He's the presidential candidate of the Labour Party. What differentiates him when he was in PDP to now that he's in Labour Party?
Okay, let me. When Atiku started this campaign, he was saying that he has 12 million votes already. And the 12 million votes he was talking about was the votes that came to him as a result of having Peter Obi as his running mate. Now, he doesn't talk about that anymore because he knows that that is gone. Now, what is different? Peter Obi respects Atiku Abubakar, and we all respect him. Okay? We respect him. But we think that for inclusivity and for the purpose of having a united Nigeria, no part of the country must be excluded from leading this nation. And at a point, you ask yourself, if President Muhammadu Buhari is a Fulani and from the northern extraction and has done 8 years in a very combustive atmosphere that we have in Nigeria, it will be tough and difficult for any Southerner to want to support another Fulani to go for another 8 years. That's 16 years. That would be unfair. And with all the religious skirmishes here and there, that would mean that you are calling Nigeria an Islamic state. And we're saying, no, that's not what we are. We are a mixed breed. God brought all of us together and made us remain within this geographical sphere called Nigeria. Therefore, we need to, maintain what we give everybody the hope of belonging to the same faith. And then, of course, you see that in the East, some young men are angry because the Easterners have been marginalized. I am from South-South. I am not Igbo. Okay? I'm from South-South. But let us face it. Since 1999, have you seen any Igbo man close to the corridor of power? None. And this is the point. Although I am not supporting Peter Obi because he is Igbo. No. I am supporting Peter Obi because he is competent. I'm supporting Peter Obi because he knows what to do. When you listen to him, when you listen to Peter Obi, you know that this man knows exactly what he wants to do. Our 7-point agenda in the manifesto just came out. And people are saying he did not talk about how. He's not going to talk about how. Because if he talks about how, then his opponent will steal it. Yeah. And
okay, but if you're going to win the election, yes, then you don't have a problem if somebody wants to steal it or not.
No. Listen, hear me here. Now, if he tells you how, for instance, if he tells you how he wants to handle the security of Nigeria, then you have already informed the bandits. True. You have already told them what you want to do. And so they wait for you and counter you. So how do you want me to give you the blueprint of my security architecture when I get to government? So I'm not going to do that. All I'm telling you, all Peter Obi is telling you is that listen to me. That our vice presidential candidate was a military officer. I'm not sure a lot of people know.
That's it.
I'm not sure a lot of people know. And listen, in ex-presidents of this country are backing Peter Obi, and because they know why insurgency has been difficult to be tamed, because I don't want to create any. I'm holding myself not to say more than, but we know some things. But so understand it that Peter Obi has ticked all the indices and indicators to make a good president for Nigeria.
All right, we are still talking about the Peter Obi movement. We're talking about election 2023, and we have started connecting on Zoom. The Zoom meeting is back on. Yeah, we already have Sonny Sado. I hope I got your name right. If I didn't, when you come on, please correct me.
Okay, Sonny Sado is our national treasurer and the chairman of our finance intelligence unit.
Wow.
Oh, okay. So maybe he wants to say something.
Yeah.
If you can hear us.
Yeah, we have Sonny Sado back.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you very much. I can hear you very clearly.
All right.
Thank you for the opportunity.
The floor is yours.
So, thank you very much for the opportunity to step in, especially when my national chairman, so convener of Peter Obi Movement, is on the line. I'll be following up long before the first session went off and this second session commenced. I can't say more than my national chairman is already saying, but just to add that by the grace of God, I'm the national treasurer, like he has introduced me. and also the Lagos State coordinator of Peter Obi Movement.
Wow.
By the way, I'm not a politician. I'm an accountant and a banker. Now, what got me to this movement is the passion, the zeal, the enthusiasm I have for the movement, basically because we are promoting Peter Obi. And you ask, why Peter Obi? Anybody who is conversant with Nigeria, we appreciate that Nigeria is in their need of a leader. Each time I'm asked what I think the problems of Nigeria are, I would say number 1 is leadership, number 2, leadership, number 3, leadership. I say that because Nigeria is a very blessed nation in terms, blessed with abundant human and natural resources. And yet, if you look at the trajectory where Nigeria is today and where it is going, it's such a terrible state that any lover of this country, or indeed any lover of humanity, would be consigned, the way we are going. And so, like my national chairman will tell you there, we started the movement few days before Peter Obi even declared, before he joined Labour and became the presidential candidate. So as he stepped down, he resigned from being a member of PDP. The convener saw it wise that, yes, this is a man that will go with wherever he's going to, because we see him as a special breed. He's a Nigerian, he has been in Nigeria. And like he said in one of interviews he had, he said, look, Moses was always in Egypt, was part of them. And yet God singled him out and made him the man that led them to the promised land. So even though he had been in Nigeria all the while, and while he had been with PDP, a party that was in government for 16 years, it's a special breed that God is raising at this time to turn Nigeria around for the better. And if we look at his president, what he did in Anambra State, anybody who loves this country will really commit to whatever he or she has to ensure that he becomes president in 2023. And that was the driving force. So when I came on board, and by the grace of God, I was nominated as the Lagos State coordinator, like my other fellow executive members, like the convener, we decided to put in everything we have into this movement. We're doing it without expecting anything in returns other than to see Peter Obi become our president. So we spend our personal resources, our time, money, energy, and all the rest. And in Lagos, we are doing very, very well. Lagos, we have 20 local government areas and 37 local council development areas, LCDs, make a total of 57. And we have coordinators for the entire 57, for all the 57. And right now, we have even gone down to the ward and police unit level. We have ward coordinators, and we also have police unit coordinators. Our current project is what we call Project 200, where we are mobilizing an average of 200 persons with PVCs for every police unit in Lagos.
Very important.
We are doing our very best. Thank you very much. I don't want to take too much of your time, more so that my national chairman is right here at the studio, and he will speak more. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for the audience.
Thank you very much, Sonny.
Very, very much.
And it's good to speak to the money man. You can hear it in his voice.
Incidentally, citizen Idowu Sajo just retired from the central bank as an executive.
Wow.
He has been a chartered accountant for more than 30 years. So you see the quality of the people
in the movement.
That people the movement.
Yeah.
So.
All right, that's what it is. We would also like to hear from other people in other parts.
I think we've not heard from Mark Collins spoken.
No, okay. Mark Collins was the first to join
but
the other
I think
meeting.
that Hawa was speaking and cut off. Yeah. I don't know if she has joined back.
No, she hasn't joined back.
Okay.
So Mark Collins, is back.
Naomi is back. Okay.
If you want to say something, you want to add something to this conversation.
Okay. Who are you introducing now?
Mark Collins.
Mark Collins, that's my media aide to the national chairman,
yeah. And
also the zonal leader of Delta State.
Okay, if you can hear us, please, we would like to hear your voice.
So there's something instructive that you said as the coordinator or the convener of the Peter Obi movement, or both. That as at when the talk on the street was, there's no structure, they were right.
Oh, yes.
They were right. When I say they, I mean the other established parties that, Peter Obi is in Labourparty, there is no structure.
Yes.
But it seems to rile up a lot of Peter Obi supporters, even if it was the truth.
Yeah.
That there are no structures. Reason why I'm saying that, I'm not done, is that listening to you guys, speaking to people from different parts of Nigeria, and even the world, from New York. We have someone from New York with us here. And that's Matthew Adelaja.
Yes.
It shows structure.
Of course.
You know, Project 200, just like Sonny Sedo mentioned earlier, our sister in Ikotekpene, I talked about the number of people she's working with and the number of wards that they've covered. Polling units that is all covered. Shows structure. So at times, criticisms,
it actually helps. It helps. It gives. It's like the
reason why I'm going this line is that I notice a lot of angst, and it's not Labourparty alone. It is in the Labourparty, it's in the APC, it's in the PDP. The way brothers are fighting brothers now, on social media you see it. People are cursing themselves out.
I think it's a lot.
And I notice your movement is preaching a lot of maturity and peace.
Sorry, I think, Matthew Adelaja.
Yeah, he's back.
Yes, I think he's raising his hand.
Yeah, so how well are we walking towards, making people realize that election, like they say on the street, no be war.
So listen, if you go on our Facebook page, you will see me sometimes delete posts.
Yeah.
Hate speeches
people
on our platform, and they are done. Listen, they are posted by our members, and I delete them. We delete them. We have people who are managing our media platform. We have a social media team. if a social media team, if you give us nonsense, they will give you nonsense. But you see, because I have warned them that, look, if our principal is has a style, we must adopt his style. Yes, we have the capacity to stand anybody toe to toe. If you want to be nasty, they will be nasty. But we keep educating them every day. We keep talking to them every day. And they are listening. It's sometimes as if we are holding them back. But let me tell you why people get nasty. People are angry. People are angry. Young people are angry. No, let me explain to you. When somebody is angry, his reaction...
All right. You want to add something to that, Essay?